You're watching Voices in Mystery. I'm your host, Nancy Carlson. And with me now is a first-time guest, Laura Alden. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Laura comes from northern Michigan, north of Traverse City, actually.
Northeast.
You live on water,
Yes.
But not the big water.
No.
Well, you're
No,
a
it's,
lake
inland.
inhabitant.
Yep.
So is it peaceful and quiet, and you write there as a solitary character?
Yeah. 3 months out of the year it's quite noisy and busy, but the other 9 months are very peaceful after the summer people go.
And are you able to write full-time, or do you also have what we call a day job?
I have a day job. I'm a full-time employee of a nearby village where I'm the village clerk.
Village clerk. So do characters in your little village give you ideas for your books?
I probably shouldn't say.
Yeah, we don't want anybody to recognize themselves in your books.
Not so far. Not yet.
Well, you have a first book published. Congratulations. It's called Murder at the PTA, which is very tempting to read, and it has "This Murder is Anything But Elementary" as a subtitle. That's funny. But is this truly your first book?
No, this is actually my 7th. I have 6 unpublished manuscripts. The first one was a romance, and it was just horrible. Second was a horrible mystery. Third one was a not quite so horrible mystery, and I've progressed up.
Good. How did you know when it was time? Or did the publisher say, now you've got it, this is it?
It was actually through a friend. I was actually almost ready to give up writing because I had been laid off and I was depressed, and last thing I needed was more rejection. And about 3 weeks after I thought maybe it was time to stop for a while, I got an email from a friend of mine whose agent was looking for someone to write this kind of a series. And I wrote 3 chapters and a synopsis based on their 3 paragraphs from the publisher, and 4 months later I had a contract. Did
the 3 paragraphs actually say make it about a PTA?
Yes, actually. They gave me the main character and kind of the setup of the plot and the murder, and the rest was mine.
Wow. So, did you know anything about PTA?
No. Yeah, that write what you know thing.
Yeah, it didn't work,
no,
huh?
not so much.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I know I don't even have any children, actually, but I was a kid once, and I know a lot of people who have kids, and it all kind of comes back to, it's like I asked a lot of people about the PTA, and I asked people who had been involved in PTAs, and there's lots of stories.
Oh, I'll bet. Then you don't even set your books in the Traverse City area, do you?
No,
where do you put those?
It's just outside of Madison, Wisconsin, in a little suburb that I made up out of thin air.
Did you throw a dart on a map?
No, actually, a suburb of Madison was part of the suggestion from the publisher, and I have no idea why. But they wanted to see a series set there, and okay, I live in the Midwest, I can do this, and I know people from Wisconsin and someone who lives actually in Madison, so I got did a lot of research on the internet, and I've had people from Wisconsin say it feels
good,
close. So.
Well, you're from northern Michigan. You're a northerner.
It's Midwest.
Does it often happen that a publisher proscribes a book like that and finds a writer to write the book?
It seems to be happening more and more, at least with my publisher, NAL in Berkeley, parts of Penguin. I know they're doing a number of this type of thing. It apparently has been in the science fiction fantasy genre for some time, and I don't know why, but it works for me.
What do they do, focus groups, and focus groups tell them they want a story about the PTA?
I do not know.
That's really interesting, but you jump on it because it's an opportunity to be published, and there it is.
Yep. That's right.
So they said 3 books, and signed you to a contract, and number 2 book, can you tell us a little bit about it?
A little bit. It's a member of the PTA that's killed this time.
Somebody in this?
Actually,
the character is not in this book?
No.
Okay.
It's a new character, and he appears briefly and then is gone. And it's in the first book, the victim is the school principal that nobody liked, and so it was a matter of narrowing down the suspects. In the second book, everybody liked the victim, so it's kind of the opposite problem. Who could possibly have wanted to kill him? So it's the reverse kind of situation, which was kind of fun to play with.
Yeah. And how far are you on number 2?
Well, hopefully I'm almost done because it's due at the publisher in 17 days.
Oh my.
I'm finishing the final edits right now. So
great. And then does someone read it there and have you make more edits?
It's read by my editor, and I'll get an email of editorial changes. which are wonderful. I love being edited because they do nothing but make the book stronger. And then there's another smaller edit. It ends up getting edited 4 times.
And in the end, it's a copy editor who just looks for commas and things like that. All right, then let's move on to number 3.
Number 3 is just a kernel of an idea right now.
All right.
And I hope to, the synopsis for that one is due December 15th, so I have a month after I turn in book 2 to finish the proposal for book 3.
Will it be a PTA book as well?
Oh, yes.
So the thread that runs through it is it's the PTA in a small town in Wisconsin.
Yep, and my main character, Beth, who was arm twisted by her best friend into becoming the secretary. And so Beth and Marina are 2 of the main characters, really.
Now, on your own, are you interested in writing a book about small town northern Michigan town clerk? Know everybody in the village.
Not yet.
Summer
Not
vacationers.
Yet. No, not yet. One of my 6 unpublished books I spent 25 years in the civil engineering and surveying business, and 2 of those books featured a surveyor in northern Michigan, but as yet unpublished. So.
What's so interesting about a surveyor's life?
They get to poke around into a lot of different places. And one of my surveyors I used to work with said he was always wondered if he would ever stumble across a body.
Oh.
And from that, well,
there's your idea.
My surveyor did.
Because they have to climb in through ditches and
everywhere.
And because that's what they do. Well, that's an interesting idea. I think your publisher should pick those up. Too.
Can I give her your email?
Oh, sure. I have so much power. So when you write, you are solitary, or are you in a writer's group there?
I started out with some online groups. I'm still quite active in Sisters in Crime. There's a chapter called The Guppies for the Great Unpublished.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, even though a number of us are published now, we kind of hang on because we like the group so much. I'm fairly remote where I am, so most of my writer friends are online.
Right.
So it's,
well, it has been a pleasure having you on the show today. We've had Laura Alden, a first-time publisher, but certainly not a first-time writer, join us today. Her book is Murder at the PTA. I recommend that you pick it up, and I thank you for being on Voices in Mystery.
Thank you,
Laura.
You're welcome.